Good morning, students. Today, let us continue with our lesson on tourism and history. And we have learned what is tourism. Tourism is traveling and staying in places outside the usual environment for a specific purpose and for a fixed period of time. And the purpose of tourism, as we all know, we have the four purpose of tourism, which is given as a concept map in the textbook. Finding a renowned teacher and obtaining good education, attending local fairs and festivals, or it can be for trade purpose, or it can be visiting pilgrim centers. Okay. We also learned about some foreign travelers like Benjamin, Marco Polo, Ibn Battuta, and Huan Shan. And some Indian travelers who lived during the ancient period, like Gautam Buddha, Jain monks, and sadhus. Medieval period, you have Sant Namdev, Eknath, Guru Nanak, and Ramdas Swami. And in modern period, we have Vishnu Bhatt Gudse, who has mentioned in his book a lot about the time period during the 1857 uprising. Okay. Then we saw the different types of tourism. We have local and interstate tourism, international tourism, historical tourism, then geographical tourism, health tourism, agro tourism. Okay, and all these different types of tourism, we have uh, taken all the points in detail about these different types of tourism. Sports tourism, tourism based on special events. Okay, religious tourism and cultural tourism. Today, let us talk a little more about uh, let's find out. In this particular textbook, you have let's find out, and in that, you have science tourism, leisure and relaxation tourism, and cultural tourism, wellness tourism, group tourism, etc. Now, what exactly, children, is the science tourism? Science tourism involves visiting and exploring scientific landmarks, including museums, laboratories, observatories, and universities. For example, you have a Jantar Mantar Observatory at Jaipur, New Delhi, uh, Ujjain, Mathura, Varanasi. It was constructed in the early 18th century, and that is visited by tourists. It gives us information. Since it's an observatory, it helps us to understand how information about the various planetary systems, etc., can be obtained. So these we have in Jaipur, New Delhi, Ujjain, Mathura. So that covers science tourism. Besides this, there are some other modern period attractions. For example, the Gujarat Science City is very popular, one of the best places where it's very good children. It's a very vast area. I have personally visited this particular place, and it is one of the like you need at least about 4 to 4.5 hours in order to actually go around the place and see all the different projects and understand the uh, various projects which are based on scientific principles. Okay, and those who want to learn a lot about science in a playful manner can visit this particular place. Again, in Mumbai itself, you have the Nehru Science Center located at Worli, and it has the largest interactive science center in India. Okay, we have Nehru Planetarium where you have special arrangements are made, special shows are organized to study the solar and lunar eclipses, and telescopes are also installed in order to watch these phenomena. Okay, leisure and relaxation tourism. This is basically done in order to um, get relieved of the stress, and this is called wellness tourism, relaxing on beaches or in a room or going on guided tours and experiencing local tourist attractions are some of the examples of this type of tourism. You have cultural tourism, where after visiting a particular place, you get an idea about the local traditions, especially when people decide to visit a particular place when there is a Rath Yatra in that particular place, or there is a Jatra or a fair or a particular festival. For example, visiting West Bengal during the time of Durga Puja gives you an idea about the culture of the people who live there. Okay, festival of dance, music. Then such festivals are organized in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, with the objective of promoting tourism. And tourists come in large numbers in order to see these particular festivals. Group tourism. We have learned about Thomas Cook, who in the later half of the 19th century is a noteworthy personality in the context of group tourism, who started this idea of organizing group tours. Okay, and how he brought together 600 people and from Leicester to Loborg, about 600 people, and how we established a travel agency. Okay, in the modern times, I told you about Kesari Travels, Veena World, where there's a tour operator and how they organize the tours for a large number of people. Okay, so one need not worry about anything, just make the payment and everything is arranged. Okay, for the tour. Okay, children, today let us continue with today's topic, and we'll take up the next part that is related to development of tourism. Okay, what are the crucial factors that actually lead to the development of tourism? Okay, tourism can be a very good source of income, children. There have been, especially in the northeastern portion of India, part of India, hardly any agricultural development or industrial development. So, how do people earn their livelihood? It is only due to tourism. So, tourists visit this particular places, these mountainous regions, and that is the only source of income. So during the season time, the people make a lot of money, and during the other months where it is very cold or when tourists do not visit, they hardly have anything to do. So the crucial issue in the development of tourism is providing proper guidance to the national and international tourists about the various aspects of actual travel, proper social conduct during the tour, and during the stay at destination places. A tourist should feel very safe, children, and if the journey is comfortable, then he speaks about his tour and his good experience to the others, and also encourages and inspires them to visit that particular place. So it is very important that during actual travel, when his social communicate, that is when he communicates with the local people and if his experience is good, definitely by word of mouth, that there is the people advertise about that particular place, and that itself encourages tourism. Okay, then let us talk about giving priority to ensure safe transport and security facility for tourists, amenities for a reasonable good standard, and availability of good accommodation, good washroom facilities on travel routes is of great significance in promoting tourism. Okay, when you're traveling to particular places, if the bus is in good condition and there is washrooms are provided at different places, then there is even food, good food is available, packed in a hygiene and in a prepared in a clean environment, then definitely people don't mind traveling, and when their travel is comfortable, then tourism, one can promote tourism. So facilities, for example, you have this under the Swachhata Abhiyan and Swachh Bharat Drive, there have been the Sulabh Shauchalays which are put up at different places, children. So the washrooms are kept clean, even for foreigners. You know, special type of facilities and arrangements are made so that they feel comfortable. And good qualities, facilities, good standard, facilities of good standard, good accommodation is available, which are neat and clean. So all these goes a long way in promoting tourism. It is also very important to pay special attention to special needs of handicapped tourists. So therefore, you have a sort of a ramp which is there, you know, where people who are traveling on a wheelchair, they can be they can easily travel, and they can easily move around. So their movement is not restricted. So special attention has to be paid to the needs of handicapped tourists. It is very important to take a few primary precautions in order to preserve. One more thing when we talk about these handicapped tourists, if supposing there are pamphlets available in Braille, okay, then that also is very useful. Then let us talk about the primary precautions that are taken in order to preserve the historical sites, heritage sites. It is essential that a few things should be avoided. For instance, vandalizing or defacing the historical monuments and sites. Okay, many tourists do not understand, and they are in a joyful mood when they visit places. So therefore, they don't mind, and sometimes, in their over enthusiasm, they pick up articles from there. The artifacts are already broken, and at certain places, they pick up pieces of that in order to keep it and preserve it uh, as something memorable. Um Many times they destroy, they write their names, they engrave their names along with their friends' name, they draw heart shape, and they do all sorts of things, and they destroy the heritage monuments. So one should avoid, in order to avoid it, everybody should refrain from activities like writing on walls, carving on trees, paint ancient monuments with garish, that is, gaudy colors. Okay, lack of good amenities in the precincts of a heritage site causes filthiness. If there are no garbage uh, bins provided, and if there is litter all over the place, again, people don't like to visit such places. They don't like to be there, especially foreigners. They are used to the place being very neat and clean. Okay, except for the leaves that fall in the particular place. Otherwise, if it is surrounded with all sorts of wrappers and Coke bottles and everything, then there is no fun in visiting that particular place. So therefore, it is very essential for the tourists to, that is, even the local people and the government to employ people in order to take care of the tourist sites. It is essential for the tourists that pamphlets, guides, and pamphlets, guides, and books about a tourist site should be available in their own language. It is sometimes they don't understand. There may be a guide who may speak that particular language, but his accent may not be very clear. There may be some tourists who want to know more about the place even before they actually visit that particular place. So they read as they travel. They keep reading, and they know a lot. They gather a lot of information even before they reach the particular site. So it is very important that when tours and travels, those who organize, they should provide the tourists with ample information in their own language. Hence, such literature should be made available in various languages. It will be very helpful if the taxi drivers are trained to converse in more than one languages. Usually, this happens that when an individual goes from Mumbai to different other places, they know a little bit of Hindi and they manage with a little bit of English and Hindi. So there are taxi drivers who understand various languages, and they may also be trained as tourist guides. Okay. So proper facilities, availability, and if language is not an issue, currency is easily available. All this makes they play a very significant role in promoting tourism. Okay, this is a picture of the Khas Plateau, Sayadri, Khas Pattar. Um, I had sent you a PPT related to all the various World Heritage sites in the lesson that we did, the third lesson when we completed the third lesson. I hope you have gone through all that. Conservation and preservation of heritage sites. It is very hard task to preserve and conserve heritage sites. We know why it is very important to preserve and conserve heritage sites, because such places which are um, culturally, geographically, naturally, they are important and they are unique. They are one of that particular type, and therefore it is very important to preserve and conserve them for the future generations. Our country is very rich with historical sites dating to ancient, medieval, and modern period. It is also blessed with abundance of nature. That's why we have seen those heritage sites which are culturally very important, which are of the mixed variety where natural and cultural aspects are very important. Some heritage sites are just important because they are natural heritage sites. Some are culturally man-made heritage sites. So heritage of any country is divided into natural heritage and cultural heritage. There are many some there are some heritage sites in India which are acclaimed globally, such as Taj Mahal at Agra, Jantar Mantar Observatory at Jaipur, Rocket Caves at Ajanta, Verul, and Gharapuri. There is Elephanta. Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus in Maharashtra, Khas Plateau in Maharashtra, located in Western Ghat, which is a natural heritage site. Okay, all these pictures I have put it up as a PPT for you all, and I hope you would have seen all these pictures of all these different heritage sites. There are tourists all over the world who wish to visit World Heritage Site. Foreign tourists come in large numbers to visit heritage site in our country. It makes us feel proud when an Indian heritage site is declared as World Heritage Site. However, when we visit such places, we feel sometimes very disappointed of what we see there. Okay, because there's hardly any cleanliness. People throw wrappers here and there. Okay, there is filth and dirt, and we see people have written their names with charcoal, drawn pictures, and they have destroyed the heritage site, and it affects our image as a nation very badly. To preserve the heritage site, we need to resolve. There are every individual can children play a very, very vital role in preserving the heritage site. First of all, you have to promise that even if it may not be a World Heritage Site, but if you go to a particular place which is a picnic spot, you're taken on a picnic to some particular place which is historically important, there is fort, or there is some other place where there's a temple or any other place which is a monument. Okay, you need to resolve, or you need to uh, take a vow that I shall strive to maintain the cleanliness of the heritage site. I shall do. I shall not do anything which will result in vandalizing, the destroying of any historical site. So this is very, very important. Let's talk about why this particular chapter has been included, and what is the significance of uh, dealing with historical sites and tourism. Okay, why should we learn all this? Let's talk about professional opportunities in tourism and hospitality industry. Hospitality industry is basically which provides all the facilities to the tourists like of boarding, lodging, etc. Tourism and hospitality is an industry with potential to create maximum employment opportunities. So if a tourist decides to visit a particular place, he needs accommodation, he needs place where he can stay, okay, where food is available and the stay can be comfortable. So tourism and hospitality industry, what are the various professional opportunities that are made available? If managed professionally, it is a very stable industry, and it has tremendous scope for experimentation and innovation. So a good number of opportunities of employment are available in tourism and hospitality industry. The country which is a tourist destination begins to receive revenue even before a tourist arrives at the airport of that country. After 4 months, I am planning to visit a particular country. Okay, what do I do? I book in advance. I surf through the various websites on the internet and find out a lot about the place. Then I shortlist that, okay, I'm going to visit this particular place. Once you gather information, you decide to which uh, what is the airfare cost, and then you book the ticket. After that, you try to find out which hotels are available, which are within your budget, and then you book the hotel for those particular weeks or days. Okay, so and you have to pay for everything in advance, and so therefore, country receives the revenue even before the tourist. I'm going to travel only after 4 to 5 months, but what do I do? I pay in advance. Okay, for the visa, then for the travel, for stay in hotels, food, payment, etc. Translators, guides, buying newspapers, reference books, souvenirs. Okay, uh, when I actually visit the particular place, I may pay to the guides who may take me around for the tours and travel person who actually takes me around in the vicinity to see for sightseeing, buying newspapers, reference book. Then when I visit a particular place, when I'm going back, I need to buy some souvenirs, something as a memento that I can give to my friends and relatives. Okay, when I get back home. So therefore, all this adds on or contributes to the growth of economy of that particular country. Markets in the vicinity grew along with the development of tourist center. Okay, supposing you have a pilgrimage center, you find that even before we enter the temple, the roads are filled with sure there are on both the sides of the road you have um, shops that are selling almost all the articles which are required for worshipping the Lord. So therefore, markets in the vicinity grow along, and whatever is the speciality of that particular place. For example, if you visit Banaras, you get puja articles. Then you have these copper utensils, also woolen ware. Okay, so local handicrafts. Then you have the silks from Banaras. So cottage industries, local handicrafts begin to develop. If you visit Northeast, there are a lot of places where all the bamboo articles are available. Okay, so the food items which are prepared in that particular area, ethnic handicrafts increases. Okay, food item demand for ethnic handicrafts and food process items increases. You visit Himachal Pradesh, you know that there is a squash, strawberry jam, apple juice. All these are very famous there. Then you have apricots, walnuts, various kinds of dry fruits. So all these are sold and therefore result in better income for local artisans, business people, and wage earners. Development of tourism in Maharashtra. Maharashtra is a state which is blessed with rich heritage. Much admired rock cut caves, paintings and sculptures of Ajanta, Velur, that is Ellora, Dharapuri, Elephanta. Then you have pilgrimage centers like Devu, Alandi, Jejuri, Pandharpur. All the different saints in Maharashtra made these places holy. Then you have Shirdi. These are some of the important places where which people love to visit in Maharashtra. Then you have Shegaon, Tuljapur, there is a Bhavani temple, Kolhapur, you have Mahalakshmi temple, Nasik and Triambakeri, you have one of the Jyotirlings, Paithan, Haji Manang, and Gurudwara at Nanded, which is again very famous, second best after the one at Amritsar. Mount Mary Church in Mumbai, hill stations like Mahabaleshwar, Panchgani, Khandala, Lonavara, Mathiran, Chikaldara, etc. Dams at Koinanagar, Jaikwadi, Bhatgar, and Chandoli, etc. Sanctuaries at Dajipur, Sagareshwar, Tadoba are amongst the important tourist centers in Maharashtra. So Maharashtra has a lot to offer children. There are pilgrimage centers, there are temples, then there are hill stations, dams, then there are sanctuaries, national parks. All these are among the important tourist centers which one can visit in Maharashtra. Maharashtra Tourism Development Corporation was set up in 1975, and these MTDC hotels which are there, they are quite economical, and they are there in most of the tourist places in Maharashtra. The corporation has provided facilities of tourist hotels at 47 places, and together these hotels can accommodate around 4,000 tourists. Many private entrepreneurs are also providing hospitality services to the tourists. If you don't want to stay in any of the MTDC hotels, then you have 3-star, 5-star hotels which are put up at different places, and the rates may of course be a little high, but then the facilities also would be better. An unusual village of books. Uh, Bilar is a village near Mahabaleshwar with boasts of natural beauty and sweetness of strawberry. It is also known as a village of books. Every household in this village maintains a library of its own for tourists to enjoy. Maharashtra state government has implemented this scheme with a view to accelerate, speeden up the reading culture movement for the reader tourists to enjoy the beauty of Marathi culture, enriched by the works of old and new authors and saints. So every household has a collection of books. And what are these books? These books are mostly Marathi literature, and you have the works of old and new authors, and it includes various types of texts like biographies, autobiography, fiction, poetry, literature by women, literature on sports, literature for kids, etc. So if you go to Mahabaleshwar, make it a point to visit Bilar as well. So the place which is called as the unusual village of books is Bilar in Maharashtra, and it is a village near Mahabaleshwar. Okay. Um, let's talk about cultural tourism. Cultural tourism includes activities like visiting educational institutes of repute, that is, which are famous educational institutions, getting a glimpse of local culture, history, and traditions, visiting historical monuments in that place. And how do you get a glimpse of local culture, children? Especially when you visit that particular place when there's a jatra, fair, festival, or then you get an idea about the local culture and the traditions. Trying to appreciate the achievements of local people and also participating in local festivals of dance and music, etc. What kind of new occupations were introduced in the surrounding of the village because of the growing tourism? Okay, new occupations, that is, people in many villages, when they know that In ninth standard, you have this particular lesson where you conserve the turtles. Hmm. So you have seen how the people of that village, they have started getting more income because a part of their house, they change it into um, uh, to provide accommodation to the tourists who come during a particular season, during the time when the eggs hatch and the small turtles come out. And during this particular time, the village, it's a season, and tourists come in large numbers. So they provide shelter, they provide food to the tourists, and because of that, they earn a lot of income. Plus, they also arrange for what you call as a pick up and drop from the station, etc. And therefore, again, they earn through uh, providing these transport facilities. What difference could you observe in the lives of lifestyle of people in the surroundings of your village town because of going tourism? When there is a growth in tourism and when they start earning a lot of money or income comes in, there is better cooperation among the people of the village, and they also get involved in preserving and conserving that particular heritage site. Okay, so they take special interest in conserving it because it adds on to their income. Mahabaleshwar and Panchgani are hill stations, and I'm sure many of you would have even visited these places. Thousands of tourists arrive here, and these tourists are accompanied by guides who provide relevant information on sightseeing too. So they give us a lot of information about these various points uh, uh, in Mahabaleshwar, and also they give us information if they take you to Pratapgarh. Then they give you information about what happened exactly at Pratapgarh, and how Afzal Khan was killed. And they give us a lot of other information about the fort. At some places, photographers are present in order to click nice snaps of tourists. Tourists want to make the particular visit very memorable. And so, therefore, when we visit a particular fort, we stand near the rocks, or we stand near a place uh, which is known for its scenic beauty. We take pictures when the sun is setting or the sun is rising. Okay, or at the backdrop we have images of the sculptors, and we take snaps. So there are photographers who are available at that particular spot or the site to click nice snaps for us, and they tell us to come back after an hour or so, and they keep it ready for us. Horse keepers provide horses for riders, the horse rides, and horse cart rides. It is the local people who are engaged in these activities, and they can earn good money for their services. In short, tourism becomes a major source of their livelihood. So this happens is not only in Maharashtra, but in every tourist spot, we can see the local people involved in uh, providing for all these facilities and arranging for all the facilities to make the tourists more comfortable, because it becomes a source of income for them. It's a source of their livelihood. So, children, we come to an end of this particular lesson. There are a lot of concept maps again in this lesson, and whatever question answers are given in the textbook, I want you to try and learn that first. Okay, notes will be shared, and if you have any doubts related to any of the chapters done so far, kindly let me know, or put up a message on my number. Okay? Thank you very much, children. Have a good day.